So today we are taking the class on the most important topic, shock. In the last classes, we already done the edema, hyperemia, and congestion, and also the related the along the hemorrhage. So the thrombosis, formation of the thrombosis, this is the vessel wall, and also the embolism. And in last lecture, we discussed uh, on the infarction. So today we are discussing a most important topic related with the related with the hemodynamic disorder. There is the shock. So definition of the shock. Shock it is also a systemic or the widespread hypoperfusion. Systemic widespread systemic hypoperfusion. They can resulting. They also can be resulting and from the reduction and in either in the cardiac output when there is either reduction in the cardiac output and or the effective or the effective circulatory blood volume. So there also resulting the result is also also resulting and there is a hypotension. They can followed by the impaired followed by impaired tissue perfusion, impaired tissue perfusion, and they also can be called uh, tissue perfusion, and this most probably that is cellular cellular hypoxia. So there is it is the definition of the shock. Shock it is also a widespread systemic hypoperfusion. They can resulting from either there is a reduction of the in the cardiac output and or there is a are either effective and or the effective circulatory blood volume. And they also can be resulting there is a hypotension. They can followed by there is impaired tissue perfusion and they can lead to the cellular hypoxia. So the shock it is also most commonly there also a most common final pathway, and for the many lethal events. Many they also can leading to the some causes. They also can including both the shock it also can be caused by the severe hemorrhage, and there is extensive trauma, burns, and also the myocardial infarction, myocardial infarction, and also some there is massive pulmonary embolism. So they are the most important causes, and they also can contributing in the pathogenesis of the shock. Okay, so they are also having there is the most probably there is a severe hemorrhage, and there is the extensive trauma, including burns, and also the some there is the myocardial infarction and pulmonary embolism. So they are the most common event. They can contributing in the pathogenesis of the development of the shock. Now, shock is also grouped into the most important main three categories. There are most major three categories. Okay, number one, there are the types of the shock. Number one, we can say that there are the types of the shock. Number one, there is the cardiogenic shock, and number second one is the there is hypovolemic shock. So and third one is there is the septic shock. So other types they also including there is the neurogenic shock, and also some there is the anaphylactic shock, some there is psychogenic shock. So these are the some metabolic shock. So they also having the different types of the shock. They also can discussing in this lecture. So some there is the we also can be some there is the extensive. So these are the some predisposing factor, and for the predisposing factor number one there is the extreme fatigue, and there are showing there is the an extreme there is the exposure of the heat or the cold. ज़्यादातर heat और cold के exposure की वजह से वो, and they are also having that extreme, they are also having dehydration, and also they are having there is some there is illness. ज़्यादातर जो person they also can become ill, they are also developing the some shock stage, and other they are also having there is severe uh, severe injury. So these are the some predisposing factor for development of the shock. Okay, number one, there is the extreme fatigue, and there is the extreme, there is the exposure of the heat or the cold, and some there is extreme dehydration, and also the some there is illness, and the some there is severe injury, burns and movement. A lot of causes they are also contributing in the pathogens of the shock. So they are showing that the different the signs of the shock. So signs of shock. So there is the low blood pressure most probably, and so low blood pressure they are showing the systolic blood pressure. They are usually they are showing below the 90 milli of mercury, of mercury. So pulse is also the systolic blood pressure. The normal blood pressure is about the systolic blood pressure is a 120 millimeter of mercury, and diastolic blood pressure is about the either 80 millimeter of mercury. So the pulse is also a rapid. A normal pulse is about the 90 beats per minute. So the normal and more than 90, they also can become rapid, and pulse is also a weak in case of the shock. So respiration, they also have become rapid. So 12 to 15 or the 17 breaths per minute, and breath. So respiratory rate is also become rapid and become shallow. Okay, so skin is also they also can be changing. They appear pale in color and most probably cool. Shock वाला बंदा जो है ना वो cool होगा, pale in color, and also they become clammy. Okay, so they also having there is some the drowsiness. Person also can become drowsy. So these are the some signs of the shock जो बंदे में present होती है. Signs of shock they also can see BP become होगा, low blood pressure होता है, systolic pressure is become low, pulse is also become rapid and become weak, and respiration is also become shallow and rapid, and some their skin changes and become pale or the cool and clammy, and they also become person also can become drowsiness. Okay, now there is some there is a hypovolemic shock. There are different type hypovolemic shock. So another one there is a respiratory shock with neurogenic shock. Less important, there's psychogenic shock. So they also can occur. Another one there is the cardiogenic shock, and there's septic shock. So anaphylactic shock due to some allergic condition, some hyperreaction they are also developing. So these are the some due to some food poisoning and insect bite, and also the some there is the drugs allergy, and also the some inhaling some there is the dust, inhaling dust and pollens and particles, and also the some material. So this is also a metabolic shock. They also can occur in the diabetic patient. They also can be occur. So this is also a different type of the shock. Now we also can some there is a okay. So this is a definition of shock. Now we can Thank you. Okay, some there the Renata. So shock is also grouped into the major categories, three major categories, but they also have some other categories that are the less important. So some there the cardiogenic shock. Cardiogenic shock they also can be caused by the low cardiac output. Low cardiac output they also can occur and due to the outflow obstruction. Outflow obstruction, and for example, some there the condition they also can occur in the pulmonary embolism and the myocardial. Some there the myocardial pump failure of the myocardial pump, and for example in the myocardial infarction. So there are some condition, and there are also an arrhythmias, and also the some there the cardiac cardiac tamponade. These are the most important causes. They also can contributing in the pathogens of the cardiogenic shock. Okay, so the another condition they are called a hypovolemic shock. Hypovolemic shock, in this condition there is a low cardiac output. Low cardiac output they also can occur, and due to the some there extensive hemorrhage, and or by the some there is excessive fluid loss. Excessive fluid loss, for example, in the burns, in the vomiting, in the diarrhea. These are the most important causes they can contributing in the pathogenesis of the hypovolemia. And third one is the septic shock. Septic shock, it also can be resulting from the vasodilation, and also the some there is peripheral blood pooling. There is some there is peripheral blood pooling, and they will also can be caused by the peripheral pooling. They also can be caused by the microbial caused by the microbial infections, and microbial infection, and some there is a release of the histamine. These are they also can be releasing. Check it.
जी
Yeah.
हाँ
Okay, so hypovolemic shock, and they also can be characterized by the low cardiac output, and also they also can be occur due to the excessive hemorrhage, and or the excessive fluid body loss. And for example, in a condition like the excessive there is the diarrhea, vomiting, and the burns, and also septic shock. Septic shock, and they also can be occur by the some there is the infection. They also can be the host immune response. So also it also has also having a some there is a it also some has also having there is accompanied by the some there is pathogenesis. Okay, now, so the rare cause, most of the rare causes of the shock, and they are number one, they're the neurogenic shock, neurogenic, most are neurogenic, and with loss of the vascular tone, and also the some peripheral pulling of the blood, peripheral pulling, and there are also in the case of the anesthetic complication like the anesthetic accidents, anesthetic accidents, and are by the some there the spinal cord injury, and they also can occur the anaphylactic shock. Anaphylactic are the rare type. They also can occur with some there the systemic vasodilatation, development of system vasodilatation, and there are showing there is the increased vascular permeability. So systemic vasodilatation, and they also can cause the increase vesicular permeability, and for example, because of the some there is a chemical, it is also mediated by the that's what mediated the hypersensitization. So IgE and you go mediated that's what can cause so by the anaphylactic shock in this condition. Now, what is the pathogenesis of shock? Pathogenesis shock most probably and with a 20% of the mortality rate, 20% of mortality, and there is 200,000 people, 200,000 and deaths, and they also can be occur annually and within the United States of America, United States of America, and they also can be United States of America in the United States. So septic shock, septic shock, they also can be ranked first and rank first and rank among the causes of the among the cause of the death, among the cause of death, and in the also can occur in the intensive care units. जो ज़्यादातर जो cause होता है वो septic shock का United States of America they are also showing the septic shock, so become patient become die. So the in the United States of America they also can be most important cause of the shock. They are the septic shock rank among the other type of the shock. So there are also having there the incidence is also increase. Incidence also can increasing and as also a result of the result of result of the impaired. There also a result of the impaired. There is also heavy there the life impaired life. There's a life support, impaired life support, and for there the by the high risk impaired the life is support for the high risk patients. Okay, highest patients and there also can be especially increasing and there also can increase the use of the there are also there is the invasive procedures. They also can increase the use of invasive procedures and they also greater they are also having there is the greater number of the they also increase the greater number of the key number of the greater number of the there are also having there is the immunocompromised key number of the immunocompromised individuals. So in patients with they are also having there is the most important chance and for development of this type of the shock, septic shock. Okay, so the causes they are they are also including like this some there is the cardiac tamponade, and they also have cardiac most probably there is the rupture and there is the ventricular rupture. Okay, so these are the some causes and some there is the arrhythmias. So these arrhythmias and also the myocardial infarction and also the pulmonary embolism. These are the most important causes and they also can be implicated in the pathogens of the cardiogenic shock. These are the most important causes. So they are also developing the cardiogenic shock. Okay. Some there is a cardiogenic shock. So the mechanism, the mechanisms and in which the mechanism in which the failure of the myocardial pump, by failure of the myocardial pump, and because and due to the some there is the intrinsic due to the intrinsic myocardial damage, intrinsic myocardial damage, or they also can cause by the extrinsic, that uh, extrinsic pressure. There also can be extrinsic pressure or by the or the obstruction of the outflow. They also can cause obstruction of outflow, and they will also can causes. They also can causing the decreased. They also can cause the decreased cardiac output, and they also can lead to the hypotension, and they also can cause the impaired. They also can cause a they also having there the causing there the impairment. There also can be impairment of the tissue perfusion. Tissue perfusion भी कम हो जाएगी and उसके बाद they are also in tissue perfusion and they will also can causes the impair the tissue perfusion and cases They also can be causes, and they also can cases. They also can be causes. They so they also can causes the cellular hypoxia, and they also can be leading to the shock. So this is also a pathogenesis for development of the cardiogenic shock. So the mechanism by which there is a failure of the myocardial pump, and they also can occur due to there is the intrinsic cause like the myocardial damage, and or by the extrinsic pressure, the extrinsic pressure, or by the obstruction of the outflow. So they will also can causing there is a decreased cardiac output. कम हो जाएगा, then can lead to the hypotension, and hypotension they also can cause the impairment of the tissue perfusion, they will also can be causing there is a cellular hypoxia, and which can also can leading to the shock. So this is also pathogenesis for development of the cardiogenic shock. So another type is hypovolemic shock. Hypovolemic shock, they also can developing, and they also can caused by the they also can be caused and by there is the extensive hemorrhage, and or by the extensive hemorrhage or the fluid loss, body fluid loss in case of the vomiting, diarrhea, burns, and also these are the most important causes. They also can lead. So the most probably the mechanism by which in this the mechanism and by which mechanism by which so the so there the excessive hemorrhage, and also the fluid loss, fluid body loss, and they will also can causing there is the they also can be causing there is the they're also causing the inadequate. They also can cause the blood, inadequate blood or the plasma. कम हो जाएगा blood plasma में और blood plasma volume, and they also can lead to the decreased cardiac output. कम हो जाएगा, and then after they also can lead to the hypotension, and then causes they also can leading to the impaired tissue perfusion, and they also can cause the cellular hypoxia, and then after the shock also can developing, they also can call hypovolemic shock. तो इस वजह से बॉडी लॉस कम हो जाएगा, बॉडी फ्लूइड की वजह से they also can be lost by the in case of the hypovolemic shock, fluid loss from body, excessive hemorrhages. So they will also can causing most probably there is there is blood flow, inadequate blood or the pressure volume, there are inadequate blood or the plasma volume, and they also can cause a decreased cardiac output, decreased tissue perfusion, and there they also can lead to the some there is cellular hypoxia. They can lead to shock. So third condition, there is septic shock. Pathogens of the septic shock, they also can cause endotoxic shock. The septic shock, they will also can be caused by overwhelming bacteria, and bacteria infections. Bacterial infection most probably also can cause bacterial infection. So the most common are the gram-negative species most probably. So the gram-negative septicemia, they also can be caused by the Escherichia coli. They're also having some there they call endotoxic shock. They also can caused by the E. coli, Escherichia coli, Klebsiella pneumoniae, and they're also having the Proteus, and they're the Proteus species, and the Pseudomonas aeruginosa, and also there's some bacteroids, and also the other like the Serratia. So these are the some gram-negative rods or bacilli. They also can contribute in the pathogens of septic shock. Some other the gram-positive septicemia, and they will also can occur, and they also can caused by the most times they also can be caused by the streptococca, and also the some there the pneumococca. So these are the gram-positive cocca. They can contributing in the pathogens of the development of the septic shock. Now, the mechanism by which the septic shock develops. So in which some there the products they also can be producing there the endotoxin. They are also having the endotoxin, and they will also can be called a complement activation. Complement activation, they also can be releases the release of the C3A and the C5A complement. C3A, C5A, they are the mast cell degranulation. They also can cause the mast cell degranulation and histamine release. They also can cause histamine release, and they will also can causing there is a peripheral peripheral vascular, most probably called the peripheral vasodilatation, and they also can cause the peripheral pulling of the blood, and they also can causing there is the there is the relative hypovolemia. There is a relative hypovolemia. They can lead to the impaired tissue perfusion, which can leading to the cellular hypoxia. They can lead to development of the shock. They are called as the septic shock. So this is a pathogenesis by which septic shock they also can developing. Most probably they also can cause gram-negative bacilla. They also can occur, and gram-positive coca. They are contributing the pathogens of the septic shock. Now, some there is a neurogenic shock. And some there is a neurogenic shock, and they will also can be caused by number one, there is anesthesia, some there is brain stem injury, and also some there is the spinal cord injury. So these are the some factors they can contribute in the pathogens of the neurogenic shock. And in this in this so there is injury to the vasomotor. There also having there the vasomotor centers, and they also can cause due to the some there is over anesthesia, overdose hota hai, they also can lead to the over anesthesia. And brain stem, most probably brain, they can cause a brain stem injury, and spinal cord injury, and they also can be causing, they also can causes, there is a decreased, they also can cause a decrease, there is a sympathetic, they also can cause a decreased sympathetic, most probably there is the discharge. Decreased sympathetic discharge, they also can leading to the peripheral pulling, peripheral vascular vasodilatation. They also can cause a peripheral vasodilatation, and they also can cause a peripheral pulling of the blood, and they also can be with relative. They also can cause a relative there's a relative hypovolemia, and they also can cause impaired tissue perfusion, and they also can leading to the cellular hypoxia, and then after they also can developing the shock in case of the neurogenic shock. So this is also pathogenesis, and they will also can occur when the neurogenic shock. Most common causes anesthesia, and also the brain stem injury, spinal cord injury, and they also can leading to the because overdose of the anesthesia, they also can lead to some there is damage the respiratory centers, and they also can cause the neurogenic shock. Now, so these are the stages. So now the anaphylactic shock, and they also can be occur because due to some there the so this is anaphylactic shock. Anaphylactic they also can be resulting, and from the due to the some there is a severe there is some severe allergic reactions, and allergic reactions, and may be caused by number one, first of all, food allergy, fruits, and some fruits are also having the food allergens, insect bite, and also some drugs allergy, and some there is the inhaling agent and dust particle and the pollens. Okay, so these are the some uh, major agents that also can contributing in the pathogen of the anaphylactic shock. Now we can discussing there are three types of stages of shock. Number one, first of all, non-progressive, uh, non-progressive stage of the shock. Another one, the progressive shock, and third one is the irreversible stage of shock. So non-progressive stage of shock. So this phase, and which is also characterized by they can be characterized by the activation of the neurohumoral. There's a compensatory mechanism, neurohumoral compensatory mechanism. So they also control. They also can preserve the. They also can preserve the and preserve the perfume. They also can preserve the perfume of the vital organs. Okay, to preserve the perfume of the vital organs. So they also have there is some there's a neurohumoral mechanism, neurohumoral compensatory mechanism. mechanism is also can be activated by some factors like first of all there is some catecholamine release catecholamine they also can release uh, catecholamine release and by the some there is adrenal medulla and other they are having renin angiotensin aldosterone system so also having there is antidiuretic, some there is antidiuretic hormone release. So these are the some baroreceptors, baroreceptor reflex mechanism, and also the some there is a and then the generalized system, some like the generalized sympathetic stimulation, sympathetic stimulation. Some there is a neurohumoral mechanism, neurohumoral. So there is a compensatory mechanism and they will also can be causes. Number one, first causes they also can cause uh, some there is tachycardia and some there is tachycardia peripheral vasoconstriction. Okay, so they also can cause peripheral vasoconstriction and also and there is cerebral cerebral and the cortex, cerebral and the coronary vessels. They also can cause some there remain unaffected. Okay, जो असल affect नहीं होगी, they also have there some there is fluid, most probably there is fluid retention and they also can by the kidney. So these are the some mechanisms and by the our body mechanism they also can be occur after the shock. So all these effects and may they also can be maintain all these effects, they also can maintain the maintain the cardiac output, maintain the cardiac output and the blood flow and the blood pressure, maintain the cardiac output and blood pressure, and so that so the perfusion the perfusion of vital organs, so the perfusion of the vital organs so the brain and the heart and the kidneys, so and they are preserved. Okay, so they also can be preserved. So these are the some mechanisms and they also can be most importantly. So the clinical manifestations, and they are there also can be include number one. First of all, there is a rapid and there also can be rapid pulse, and they will also can be occur and due to the there also can occur and due to the tachycardia. Okay, another one. So there is skin pallor color because of the due to the some there is a peripheral pulling of peripheral west there is a peripheral peripheral there is a vasoconstriction उसकी वजह से होती है and then after and there's having oliguria because there's a conductor and due to the some there is fluid retention and by the kidney. So these are the some kidney manifestations that also can occur in these patients. Now the another stage, there's also a progressive stage of the shock. So progressive stage of shock, there's unprotected shock, and they also can be occurs. They also can be most probably they also can be passes into the progressive stage of the shock. जो unprotected जो treat नहीं होते हैं, they also can convert into the progressive stage of the shock stage, and they also can be characterized by the hypoxia of the vital organs उसमें होती है. ठीक, उनके बाद in this mechanism, so there is also there also having there is a persistent in this case there is also a persistent tissue hypoxia, and they will also can be causes there the impaired or they also have the impaired or there the intracellular there is also there the intracellular